آخ بیا که از عشق تو دیوانه گشتم، وگر شهری بودم ویرانه گشتم. ز عشق تو ز خان و مان بریدم، به درد عشق تو هم خانه گشتم. چنان کائل بودم کان را نگویم، چو دیدم روی تو مردانه گشتم. آخ چو خویش جان خود جان تو دیدم، چو خویش جان خود جان تو دیدم، ز خویشان بهر تو بیگانه گشتم. فسانه عاشقان خواندم شب و روز، کنون در عشق تو افسانه گشتم، کنون در عشق تو افسانه گشتم، افسانه گشتم، کنون در عشق تو افسانه گشتم. چو دیدم راه پیشانی ساقی شدم مستا قلم ها را شکستم مرا گفتی به در پرده دریدم، مرا گفتی قدح بشکن شکستم، مرا گفتی ببر از جمله بکندم از همه دل در تو بستم، بکندم از همه دل در تو بستم.
Shri Mataji Jawara Mataji ka darshana paakar karte swagat dil se gaakar. Jawara Mataji ka darshana paakar karte swagat dil se gaakar. Prem pulon ki mala panate hain hum, prem pulon ki mala panate hain hum. Hey, swagat aagat swagatam. Hum sab karte swagatam, hum sab karte swagatam. जीवन सुख से कर दे बारी निर्मल माँ से विनती हमारी जीवन सुख से कर दे बारी आनंद प्रेम शक्ति सारा राय आनंद प्रेम शक्ति सारा राय हे स्वागत आगत स्वागत स्वागत आगत स्वागत हम सब करते स्वागत हम सब करते स्वागत आज हमारे बीच परारे श्री माता जी आप हैं तारे आज हमारे बीच परारे श्री माता जी आप हैं तारे चुप चुप के कर देगा चुप चुप के कर देगा हे स्वागत आगत स्वागत स्वागत आगत स्वागत हम सब करते स्वागत हम सब करते स्वागत पूजवर मत जी का दर्शन पाकर करते स्वागत दिल से गाकर पूजवर मत जी का दर्शन पाकर करते स्वागत दिल से गाकर प्रेम फूलों की माला बनाते हैं हम प्रेम फूलों की माला बनाते हैं हम हे स्वागत आगत स्वागत स्वागत आगत स्वागत हम सब करते स्वागत हम सब करते स्वागत निर्मल माँ से विनती हमारी जीवन सुख से कर दे भारी निर्मल माँ से विनती हमारी जीवन सुख से कर दे भारी आनंद प्रेम शक्ति सारा राहे आनंद प्रेम हे स्वागत आगत स्वागत स्वागत आगत स्वागत हम सब करते स्वागत हम सब करते स्वागत स्वागत आगत स्वागत स्वागत आगत स्वागत हम सब करते स्वागत हम सब करते स्वागत स्वागत आगत स्वागत
बोलो श्री आदि शक्ति आदि गुरु निर्मला माताजी की जय Shri Mataji. Welcoming Shri Mataji in Iran on this Saturday 27 June 2020 is such an honor for all of us, the disciple and the children of Shri Mataji in Iran. Is on this the most auspicious period of preparation of Adi Guru Puja, who we arrive now in Iran, who is the country of Hazrat Zoroaster or Zarathustra, who bring us the mother religion for all the monotheism and who propagate the millennia pure religion through the world. So today, dear brothers and sisters, Saj family, the Yuva, we will start welcoming the lotus feet of Shri Mataji in Iran, in Yazd, in the city of Hazrat Zarathustra with our brother and sister in Yazd. And we will have a mixed, very short, mixed program of meditation and also a little trip through history. And we will have really see the roots of our pure universal religion, Vishwa Nirmala Dharma, how our roots is around the world, how everything was prepared for our Holy Mother, and how today we can go deep and deep, discover our legacy, who is all the universal religion, who today become absolutely so fresh and so life by the grace of our Holy Mother. So, as you know, Iran was the first country blessed by Shri Mataji after opening of Sahasrara. Mother visit all this area. We will have a little information about all this aspect, but program of today is very short. And we will offer you after Adi Shakti Puja for so many other tema, the conference, who can allow us to go more deep and discover the most rich history, the most rich knowledge, and the most amazing Guru, Adi Guru, the most beautiful incarnation of all the time, who is our Holy Mother, and discover how Mother prepared all of this for her children, and how today, for the festivity of 50 years of self-realization, we have all these beautiful aspects of our spiritual life, who can allow us to bring it to all humanity. So let's first welcome our mother with our brother and sister in Yazd, and then we will come back for meditation and have the holy speech of Shri Mataji.
خشنو سر اور مزدا یه اوروانم من گیره و داده حسرا مننگ ها اشیش چا کوسنانم وی دوش مزدو اهوره یا ود ایسایی توچا اواد خسای اشه شهیا. به نام خدا، در پرتو تو اندیشه پاک روانم را به سوی فردوس رهبری خواهم کرد. تو به آگاهی از پاداشی که خدای هستی بخش دانا برای کارهای نیک مقرر فرموده از کوشش خواهم کرد تا آنجا که مرا تاب و توان است مردم را بیاموزم که به راستی گرایند و درستی پیش سازند. جای شری ماتاجی.
اشو زرتشت توصیه می‌فرماید برای رسیدن به خداوند یکتا و زیارت دیدار او تنها با پرورش فروزگان اهورایی که به نام امشاسپندان معروفند میسر است که در رأس همه اندیشه نیک و سالم و منش پاک یعنی وهومن قرار دارد. مولادها را چاکرا وقتی انسان مغز خود را از هر گونه افکار ناشایست و پلید پاک کرد و اندیشه نیک و خیرخواهی را جایگزین آن ساخت، هنگامی که بدون حب و بغض و بدون خودخواهی به مسائل توجه پیدا کرد و سود دیگران را بر منفعت خویش ترجیح داد آن وقت است که فروزه پاکمنشی خداگونه در او به وجود آمده است و میتواند به مرحله دوم کمال که اشرا و هیشتا یعنی راستی و پاکی است گام بنهد. در این مرحله باید راستی و درستی را همیشه جلو دید خود قرار دهد و از دروغ گفتن سخت پرهیز نماید. اگر جان او نیز در خطر باشد نباید از راست گفتن بهراسد. با پیشرفت در این مرحله به فروزگان گذشت، انصاف، مروت و جوانمردی، اعتدال و میانه روی، شهامت و مردانگی خو خواهد گرفت و به سومین کامه خویشتن‌داری و چیرگی بر نفس و خدمت به مردم که از ویژگی‌های خشرا و ایریا شهریور است دست خواهد یافت. سخت در این مرحله اینجاست که انسان بتواند بر امیال و هوس‌ها و آرزو و خواهش‌های خویش شهریاری کند و در اثر تمرین مداوم و جهاد با نفس از این مرحله نیز پیروز بیرون آید. از آن پس به آخرین کامه سپانتا آرمیتی یعنی عشق پاک و فروتنی و بردباری گام خواهد گذاشت. در این مرحله شاگرد مکتب انسانیت عشقی پاک به خدا و همه بندگان خدا پیدا خواهد کرد. وجود او از مهر و محبت نسبت به همه افراد بشر لبریز خواهد شد و به مرحله کمال و رسایی و جاودانی حج و اروتاد و امرتاد خرداد و امرداد خواهد رسید. در این مرحله وجودش از فروزگان خداگونه انباشته خواهد گردید و چون پرتوی از فروغ درخشان اهورایی به همه خواهران و برادران نوعی نور محبت و خدمت و فداکاری خواهد تاباند. چنین شاگردی که مراحل کمال و انسانیت را طی کرده است همه ابنای بشر را از هر نژاد و ملیت و مذهب چون برادر دوست خواهد داشت و به همه محبت خواهد ورزید. او به مرحله کمال و انسانیت وارد گشته است. او دیگر به وسیله پرورش فروزگان اهورایی خداگونه شده است. او برای رسیدن به خدا اول بار به درون خیش توجه پیدا کرده و سپس با بینش درون، با اندیشه پاک و بی‌آلایش، با راستی و درستی و چیرگی بر نفس و محبت به همه توانسته است به آرمان خیش یعنی دیدار با خداوند درون نائل گردد. بوهومن در دین زرتشت همان مولادهارا چاکرا است، نماینده خرد که همان پاکی و معصومیت است. خرد همان توانایی مولادهارا است. اردیبهشت یا اشاوهشتا همان آگاهی پاک، دانش پاک که خصلت سوادیستان است. شهریور یا خشترا نابی چاکرا معنی آن هارمونی و یکی شدن با طبیعت و همان آرامش و هارمونی و تعادل را نشان می‌دهد که روی آن سدره و کشتی می‌بندند. سپنتا آرمیتی یا سپندارمز نماینده راستی و عشق و محبت است که در چاکرای قلب است و قلب نماینده عشق و محبت و دوستی میباشد. خرداد همان ویشودی چاکرا است و نماینده تکامل که در ویشودی چاکرا به تکامل میرسیم. امرتات یا امرداد همان بیمرگی و جاودانی است، همان آگنیا چاکرا است، جایی که مسیح به آن رسید و چاکرای آگنیا را به وجود آورد و بیمرگی را خلق کرد. چاکرای هفتم اهورامزدا یا سهسرارا که نیروی عشق
every time. काय झालं का तुमचं भाषण?
हो तुमची गाडी आल्याबरोबर ताबडतोब बंद केलं.
नाही
नाही आय हॅव गिवन ती
सब अच्छे बोल रहे थे. हाँ तो हमारे सामने बोलते ना. बंद क्यों करने क्या जरूरत? चलता चल. शुद्धि में रुक गए. I'm very happy to see you all here. I went to Iran in the year 1971. Somebody has to translate. Or you all understand English, I think so. And I was surprised that the people there were just prepared to get their realization. And at that time, you had this king ruling there. We had a program in some hall, and many people got their realization. And after that, all these problems came in, and I couldn't keep contact with them at all. But there must be somewhere, all of them, who got their realization at that time. Also, some people were cured with Sahaja Yoga. Now, the time has come for us to be awakened. All these problems of fundamentalism, which have not only troubled you, there are fundamentalism everywhere, the whole world. There are Christians who are fundamentalists, there are Jews who are fundamentalists, all kinds of things that, as you have seen that how first so many Muslims were killed in Yugoslavia, and now many Muslims are killing. It's going on between this and that area. Nobody has business to kill anyone, but it is happening. The reason is, it's gone into their heads that they are perfect, they have got everything. This is the worst thing that has happened in the name of God. God can never make some people available to religion and others not. These are all great saints, seers, prophets, incarnations, born on the same tree of life. Only people pluck those flowers and they are fighting with these dead flowers. Everybody is in danger. Everybody. Now these Shias who are in Iraq are in danger. They are hounded at by this Saddam Hussein for no reason. Kurds are in another trouble. It is impossible to understand that they never see that they are doing such horrible things in the name of God. So awakening is needed. Unless and until you are awakened, you will never understand it. Now this Sahaja Yogi, who is a Muslim and his wife is a French lady, they have written a very nice book explaining Quran very clearly. We had about 62 people from different countries, like Algeria, all these countries around the Mediterranean Sea, African countries, Senegal, who were communists. And they think now they have lost their faith in communism. So maybe the people might fall into fundamentalism. And they are very much worried about it. So they are all coming to India for about 5 days. They are going to have a proper understanding of Sahaja. Sahaja Yoga is the culmination of all the religions. As Muhammad Sahib also has said, you have to be a wali. He has talked about resurrection, Qiyamah, a complete chapter is there. But they don't want to talk about it. And the Shariat that they have using is actually from the 5 Injils, from the 5 books. The third book of Irmaya, where in English they call it Jeremiah, where Moses was the one who talked of this Shariat, because when he came from the mountain of Tur, he found the people were absolutely getting into complete decadence conditions. Absolutely. All kinds of horrible things they were doing. He got a fright. He said, how can I tell them about these 10 commandments? They will never listen to me. They have gone beyond any redemption. So then, because they were so badly off, he made these rules of Sharia for the Jews, not for the Muslims. That time there were no Muslims. But the Muslims took all these 5 angels as a part of their religion. Out of that, they picked up this. And they started using this Shariat. Shariat is not in Quran. Muhammad Sahib has not taken note of it, I think. Shariat is in this another 5 books of the Old Testament. So this was taken over so much by the Muslims because other religions are more money oriented. A Christian religion is more money oriented. They want to make money in the name of God. But Muslims thought that better to take to power. So they made it power oriented. To make it power oriented, they had to suppress the people. They had to tell them that you can't do this, you can't do that, this is not proper, that is not proper. Otherwise, if you do like this, we'll cut your throat, or your hands will be cut. And they do all these things, no doubt, because I've been to Riyadh on every Friday. People are buried alive in the hot sand. Only their heads are kept out. And so many people go to watch it. They really enjoy watching that. So horrible it is. They are just, burning inside. The hot sand is burning them. They can't get out. And only you can see their faces and head, and they ultimately die. This kind of cruelty, how could it be possible for God to do? Because He is Rahmat, He is Rahim. And it is even worse than gas chamber, I can tell you, because you see in front of you somebody dying like that. But when they are there, they don't drink, they don't smoke. They do it secretly, they do. Once I was traveling from Riyadh to London and I slept off. When I opened my eyes, they were all in burqa. They had come in burqa, they had covered themselves up and everything. Then I got up, I saw very fashionable ladies, very fashionable. I thought we stopped somewhere or what? So I asked the air hostess, did we stop somewhere? I said, no, it's a direct flight. But I said, how these ladies, how have they come in? They said they are the same. You see, they are wearing the burqa and all that. Now see, this is what they are. They're painting themselves, they're all doing everything. So this is unnatural. Muhammad Sahib was a very practical man. He would never have said something very unnatural. Unnatural. Of course, he asked women to cover themselves up. Also, one of the reasons is that the place is full of dust. Even the men cover their heads, mouth like that. So full of dust. And he respected women so much. He thought that the women should not be abused as prostitutes. So he said, whatever it is, because there were very few men, very few. Most of the young men had died, and so many women. He said, you marry 5 times if you like, but marry. Don't have women who are like prostitutes. So to give importance to marriage, he married himself and he made others also marry. But it's not compulsory that you should marry. Under those circumstances, in Sanskrit we call it samayachar. the time. That was the time. And according to the time, these people found out things, what is to be done for that particular time. Now, for example, now we have drugs. They didn't have drugs at that time. Even Muhammad Sahib time, there were no smoking. He, of course, he knew about the alcohol, so he said no more alcohol. But there was no smoking, so Muslims think that if you smoke, it's all right because it's allowed. It's an escape, just an escape. Now the drugs also, I was surprised in these Arabic countries, they are taking drugs. Young people are taking drugs. Quite a lot, even ladies take drugs there. It's very surprising. The reason for that is again that in the Quran there's no word of drugs. Now Quran itself was not written at the time of Muhammad Sahib, as you know very well. There's a very great scholar who has written about it, that Muhammad Sahib got all these inspirations and he told people to write who were of his age group, his friends and things, very reliable people. But they couldn't write anything. So they remembered everything by heart. 40 years they didn't write. Then they were getting old, so they asked their children to learn how to write, and they told the children. So now from Muhammad Sahib to these people, which was kept in their memory, then it was given to the children. So you can imagine there is authenticity of Quran also could be a little bit doubted, because maybe there are certain things that have gone wrong. I think the biggest mistake was this, that it was said that Muhammad Sahib said that I am the last prophet. He never said that. If he had said it, why should he talk about Qiyamah, about the future? If he was the last, he should have done with the Qiyamah part. Why did he keep it hanging in there? That shows he never said it. But apart from that, the word is that he was the seal. It means also stamp. Even in Arabic language, it means stamp. So he is one of the stamps. Like in the Indian scriptures, we have the primordial master. Then we have this master incarnates. Like in Iran, you had Zoroaster. According to Sahaja, Zoroaster was the same. 5 Zoroasters came there to preach about God and religion. These were the people who are now in India, who ran away from there. We call them Iranians, you see. They ran away. This is Persepolis, you know that where Shiraz, near Shiraz, where the whole capital was there at that time. Now all that was over, and then they didn't want to say that Muhammad Sahib was one of the incarnations of the primordial master. They wouldn't say that. What they said, that he was the last. Now logically we must understand, if he was the last, then why did he talk about resurrection, about the future? Also, he showed tremendous respect for Christ and his mother. Even in the Bible, there is no respect at all. She's called as a woman in the Bible. But he said that nobody dared say anything against her character, because he knew what she was. Many things could not be explained that time. Also, all the time the war was going on, you know that. And there were tribes who were attacking them. He had to go from here to there, and they were all destroyed. Quite a lot of people were destroyed there. So many people were destroyed in these wars and in these big invasions of the other people. Even Muhammad Sahib was given poison. All the time people were after his life. And in that, whatever was possible, he has explained it in that short time. Beautiful things. I mean, Islam is one of the highest things you can think of. But Muslims are nowhere near Islam. Muslims are here, Islam is there. Like in any religion. I'll tell you about Christianity. Christianity, when Christ died, this fellow, Mr. Paul, who was a Roman executive or secretary, bureaucrat,
And as you know, since all these years, we have the thousand and the thousand Iranians had the realizations, namely the largest families, the Iran's high dignitary, two presidents of Iran, as well as the Zayatullah and all the Iranians, the honest and in all the category and all the level of social life, really they come at Mother Lotus feet, the Shia, the Jews, the Armenian, also the Zoroastrian. We will have a lot of history, images, and revelation to share with you, but today it's a very short time of meditation for all of us. And so let's bring more focus on Zoroaster, who is really the prophet of the light, who brings this religion of light. The idea of light, inner light, and also the radiance of the incarnation of Zoroaster is absolutely one of the most attractive of these Zoroastrian, we can say, believers. So we will propose now go more deep on this level of our collective meditation, and we go at Mother Lotus feet, have more her revelation about the from where is the origin of this radiance. And after this second talk of Mother, we will again more bring our full attention about the religion of light and, of course, this divine light origin. So let's bring all our attention at Mother Lotus feet for her second holy speech now.
I have been telling them that the style of Indian knowledge is very different from the Western mind. In the West, you see, if you say something, then they want to have an experimental proof. They'll go to the scientist or to other people who are equipped with knowledge to know what is said in these books is true or not. They would even judge Christ. They would even judge Moses. They'll judge everybody as if they are the most intelligent and the most capable people. And they'll write books after books against them, disclosing as if they are those people who have said something, have said out of their minds or something. It's never accepted, normally. And if it is accepted, they become absolutely fanatics. So, now, according to Indian style of understanding is that first of all, if a great Rishi or a great Muni or a great, you can call a saint, has said something, then he has said it. While you have to just listen to that, because you are not equally the same. Whatever he has said is his own experience, his own knowledge, And you have no business to judge him or to say, this is not true, that is not true. You accept it. And once you get your self-realization, it's clearly written down. After self-realization, you have to grow into perfect being, and then you can see for yourself what he has said or they have said is the truth. So the approach is different. In one way, if you start going through science, through this, through that, you cannot reach anywhere. And moreover, your growth is stunted. So what you have to do is to go to this knowledge through believing in what they have said. Whatever Christ has said, you have to believe. Whatever Muhammad has said, you have to believe. Whatever Guru Nanak has said, you have to believe. Whatever Gyanadeva has said, you have to believe. Lao Tse, you have to believe. Like that. Because you are not of that spiritual level. So accept it. Now don't try to analyze it. Everything you try to analyze. And in that analysis you get lost. So once you are a realized soul of that level, and then you grow into your fullness, what we call Sampurna, then only you will know whether whatever they have said is true or not, and then you can find out. It's very easy then to know whatever is said is true or not. For Saj Yogis now, it's very easy to find out if something is real or unreal, it is truth or untruth, it is love or hatred. Only through vibrations you can know. But going beyond that, I am saying, beyond that one has to know what are these vibrations and what are they made of. What is the subtle force which is behind those vibrations? We call it is Param Chaitanya, all right, Param Chaitanya, so what happens to you when you get Param Chaitanya is something to be understood, the subtleties. As I said, we are made of 5 elements, all right? So when you get your awakening, when the Kundalini reaches Sahasrara and opens out your fontanelle bone area, you become one with the divine power, then this divine power itself starts flowing through. A connection is established. Now when it starts flowing through you, this Shakti, this starts flowing through. Then what happens? The subtle part we should understand. The subtle part is like this, that these 5 elements we are made of, these vibrations gradually start breaking into the subtler form of which they are made. So the first thing such a person has is the breaks. You see, as it is said that word is God. Said also in the Bible. The word is God. Now what is this word? Word is a silent, we can say, silent commandment. We can call it like that. But from that word comes, according to Indian philosophy, is another thing that we call as Bindu. Or we can say word becomes Nad, is a sound. And then it becomes the Bindu, means one small dot, you can say. And then from this dot, you see all these 5 elements start coming one after another. The first element that comes out is Tej, light, is the first element that comes out. So the essence of the first element is light. We call it Tej, Tejas. It's written, of course, in Sanskrit, but we should understand that how the light pervades Sahaja so much, and you see the light all everywhere. So the first element, which is light, and you can say in English, the light's subtle thing is, we can say, enlightenment, you can say. But enlightenment has another meaning. So we can say it's Tej. For example, a person who gets realization has a face which is very radiant. So we can say the radiance. The radiance is the subtlety of the light. So this radiance starts showing on your face. Radiance starts expressing itself. And with that radiance, people get impressed. And they start thinking something special about this personality which has radiance. Now you have seen my photographs also, wherever they are. Many a times you find lots of light around. That is nothing but the light in me is giving radiance, because the light becomes subtler. When the light becomes subtler in me, light is one of the elements. When it becomes subtler, then it gives radiance. And so, this is the subtle growth within you that takes place. Your faces also start shining. They too have radiance, and they too have a kind of a different complexion, I would say. This radiance is to be understood is the subtle of the light, of which we are made light in the gross manner. Then after this, from the light, comes the second thing, which we call as Vayu in Sanskrit, meaning the air. So the air that
As you know, meaning of Zoroaster, Zor means radiant, brilliant, shining as gold. Actually, bring this expression of divine light, who Zoroaster, the prophet of light, propagate on this time. Another aspect, very, very, we can say, dominant on that time, it was the research of divine light and the sacred, we can say, fire. And this is the point of all the focal research for all the Zoroastrian during all this millenary of research. And now let's see all together more on our collective meditation and see how Mother reveal this aspect of this very pure religion of Zoroastrian. Actually, the element who Prophet Zoroaster bring to the attention of the people on his time, and also mention the reality of this research will be relieved at the end of the time. Actually, Zoroaster very clearly spoke about the coming of Shri Mataji, and we will see all these elements on detail. But let's now go more deep and meditate all together on this very fundamental point of Zoroastrianism.
Today we have gathered here to do the puja of Adi Kundalini as well as your own Kundalini. First of all, I think this is the most important thing to understand about your own Kundalini, as self-realization is self-knowledge. And the one who gives you self-knowledge is this your own Kundalini. Because when she rises, she points it out what are the problems on your chakras. Now, we say that it is pure desire. But we do not know what purity means. It means your chaste desire. It means it has no lust, greed, anything in it. That power is your own mother and is settled in your triangular bone. She is your own mother. She knows everything about you. It's like a tape recorder. She knows everything about you. And she is absolutely the knowledge. Because she's so pure. And whatever chakras she touches, she also knows what's wrong with that chakra beforehand. So she is quite prepared, and she adjusts herself fully so that you do not get a problem by her awakening. If any chakra is constricted, she waits and goes on slowly, opening that chakra. Now this Kundalini is the primordial power which is reflected within you. And within you, in a human being, it is like many strands of energy. So it's like a rope. And these energies are all twisted together to form this Kundalini. In a human being, these strands are 3 into 7, that is 21, raised to power 108. But when your Kundalini rises, one or two strands out of this come up and pierce the fontanelle bone area. Only one or two. Because it has to pass through the innermost nadi, known as Brahma Nadi. It's all a spiral throughout, because Kundalini is a spiral, and these nadis are also like a spiral, like this. So the innermost nadi is the Brahma Nadi. The outermost nadi is the right side. And the second innermost is the Ida Nadi. So through the Brahma Nadi, she starts sending those threads. By that, they relax the center. By the relaxation of the center, the sympathetic nervous system also starts relaxing. And when it goes to the Agya Chakra, then your eyes start relaxing, your pupils start dilating, and your eyes can become like mine, very black, absolutely relaxed. So you can easily see in a person how far is the Kundalini. If it has pierced the Agya, then the eyes will be completely dilated and would be shiny. And then she enters into the Sahasrara. Now it is absolutely pure light of knowledge, love, compassion and attention. All these three things are in that energy. We know of many energies like electrical energy, we know of light energy, we know of other energies. But these energies cannot think. They cannot adjust. They cannot work on their own. They are to be handled by us. But this energy itself is the living energy and knows how to handle itself. It thinks. If you see a seed being sprouted, you'll find at the tip of the seed there's a small little cell which knows how to go around the soft places and then how to encircle the stones and then how to find its way to the source. That cell has got, I would say, a little Kundalini in it, the way it moves. But within you is a tremendous force of Kundalini exists. So you have a storehouse of compassion which can be enlightened by the Spirit. You have the storehouse of love, compassion and knowledge and ocean of forgiveness. When people get realization, they do not understand that they have to now grow. And why they don't grow? Because they do not ask for these energies. A person who is a realized soul, if he says that I have to have more compassion, my compassion is not all right. My concern about others is not all right. My generosity is not all right. I'm exploiting others. I'm exploiting their love. Then this energy starts moving, giving you that greater dimension of love and compassion. But if you do not want to be growing in your awareness, then she says, all right, he is a half-baked Sajogi, let it be. She doesn't supply that energy which is stored within you. I told you, 3 into 7, that is 21 raised to power 108. So what a storage you have within yourself. But because of your mundane style of thinking and asking, in the beginning when I had started Sahaja Yoga, people used to ask for, say, jobs, or for my mother is sick or a father is sick, or they would ask for money or something like that. So these wants are not pure wants. As we know in economics, they are not pure wants. They are impure wants, because they are never satiable in general. So this Kundalini, that is your mother, she is there to supply you, nourish you, to look after you, to make you grow. By giving you a higher personality. Higher personality, wider personality, deeper personality. Now, we think if somebody is well-read, then we think he is a higher personality. Sometimes a person who is rich, we think, is a higher personality. Sometimes we think a person who is very hard-working is a higher personality. Sometimes we think a person who is having some sort of a confusion about religion or something, we think he is a higher person. Our ideas about higher personality itself are wrong. People are higher because they are spiritually evolved. Otherwise they are not, they go to dogs. Nobody respects them. Now we are in Germany, and Germany, germ itself means actually Kundalini. Germ means, in Sanskrit as we call it, Ankura. Ankura is the germ. And Germany is the place where we can have Kundalini Puja. Is something really a great coincidence, or I think it's just Parama Chaitanya's arrangements. So, to look at a seed looks like an ordinary thing, nothing special. Could be very hard nut also. Mostly the seeds are in nuts. Mostly. If they are not in nuts, then they might be having some sheath or something, minimum. But you won't find a seed just hanging from somewhere on a tree. It has to have some protection, some sort of a hardness outside. Now, that hardness is there. But the germ has a capacity to break that hardness. Just imagine a germ, which is such a delicate thing, which even if you touch it might break. Can break a germ, can break the covering, the hard shell. How can it do it? Isn't it fantastic? That such a hard shell, which we cannot break it with our teeth even, can be easily broken by a delicate germ. So at that time, what happens is the shell itself doesn't become lively. It doesn't get life. There is no movement of the shell itself, but it moves and it opens. So that delicate thing, when it grows, then the shell has to break. In the same way, this Kundalini, which is a delicate thing, if you see a person who is compassionate, oh, they say, Mother, he's too much a gem, Everybody has sort of a sympathy, protectiveness for that person. He's just Mother, he's just compassion, it's too much. We always feel such a person to be a weakling, a weak personality, and that he should be protected. Oh Mother, he doesn't know also how to abuse people, how will he beat anyone? He cannot even kill an ant on this road. How can he do anything that is good for nothing? That's our concept, because we think we should have somebody really a tyrannical person to handle things. But just see that in a seed, it is that delicate germ grows and breaks the shell. In the same way, when we become really delicate like a germ and then grow in our delicacy and in our beauty of compassion, love and knowledge which makes you humble, then these shells will break. But is the other way now? Normally. In Sahaja Yoga now we have leaders. We have had leaders and leaders and leaders. Some of them came like tigers. I didn't know what to do to tell you. Even tiger can be ridden by the goddess Kundalini. Because this love has the power to break any hard nut. So what we should ask for is that beautiful, soft, compassionate nature, and then the Kundalini will supply. Because she only has that. Kundalini doesn't have anything else. All her power is of love. Nothing but love. So how can she give you something she doesn't have, supposing you hate someone? What can she do? She can't do anything, because she cannot give you powers to hate. So what she says, you hate someone, Allah forgive. She gives you the power to forgive. Like a sword has to fight, a shield, not a sword. So the violence, as they say, can be only fought with non-violence. In the same way, if we have to grow, the Sahaja Yogis have to grow, first of all, we have to see how softly we talk, how kindly we talk, how considerate we are. Now, this is externally. But when you start doing that externally, the energy starts coming internally. You might say, Mother, even if you think, so that's our thinking. No, you're thinking that. Na? For that thinking, the energy will come from Kundalini. Because you're asking her help. Whatever she has, she's willing to give, but whatever she does not have, how can she give? Now supposing you want to get angry. She hasn't got the power to show anger. So how can she give you anger and temper? I mean, sometimes I try, let's see if I can get into ego. How to get, I don't know. Because this Kundalini doesn't know what is this ego, how to pamper the ego and how to make you fly in the air. No. So whatever kind of energy she is, she will give you that. So please remember, those who try to bring in assertions and conditioning and ego and all that are not going to grow because they are not getting the energy from the Kundalini, but from outside, which is absolutely useless. So the power of Kundalini is absolute purity, auspiciousness, holiness, chastity, self-respect, pure love, detachment, concern, enlightened attention, to give you joy. As every mother wants that her child should get the joy. Whichever way is possible, she'll try to give joy to her children. In the same way, this Kundalini has only one power, how to give joy to her own children, and she does that. Supposing, I don't know about modern mothers, but normally, if I would go and
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
درسته. So we are offering all our pranam, all our humble namaskar in the land of Prophet Zoroaster at Mother Lotus feet, and we ask our Holy Mother allow us to sing our collective bhajans for her and allow us to bring full attention and full determination to be more and more focused on our inner light, who is the light of Zoroaster and the light of our Holy Mother, Shri Mataji, Nirmala Devi. Jai Shri Mataji.
श्री माँ के उजालो निर्मल माँ के उजालो श्री माँ के उजालो निर्मल माँ के उजालो सिमट आओ अंधेरों को निकालो श्री माँ के उजालो निर्मल माँ के उजालो आँखों में सिमट आओ अंधेरों को निकालो जब सहज में आए हैं तो हम एक हुए हैं जब सहज में आए हैं तो हम एक हुए हैं रास्ते पे तेरे चल के सभी नेक हुए रास्ते पे तेरे चल के सभी नेक हुए हैं हर पग पे संभाला है तो आगे भी संभालो हर पग पे संभाला है तो आगे भी संभालो श्री माँ के उजालो निर्मल माँ के उजालो आँखों में सिमट आओ अंधेरों को निकालो जिस घर में बसी हो वही घर ढूंढ रही है, जिस घर में बसी हो वही घर ढूंढ रही है। अब कर के कृपा माँ मुझे आंचल में छुपा लो, अब कर के कृपा माँ मुझे आंचल में छुपा लो। श्री माँ के उजालों निर्मल माँ के उजालों, आँखों में सिमट आओ अंधेरों को निकालो। दुनिया का जब हाल है इंसान के हाथों, दुनिया का जब हाल है इंसान के हाथों, ऐसा तो न होगा कभी शैतान के हाथों, ऐसा तो न होगा कभी शैतान के हाथों। अब चाहो तो आकाश पे धरती को उठा लो, अब चाहो तो आकाश पे धरती को उठा लो। श्री माँ के उजालों निर्मल माँ के उजालों, आँखों में सिमट आओ अंधेरों को निकालो, अंधेरों को निकालो, अंधेरों को निकालो।
जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे जय गणेश जी की मांबे, जय जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे जय गणेश जी की मांबे, जय महागुणालिनी तो अम्बे, जय महागुणालिनी तो अम्बे, जय महागुणालिनी तो अम्बे, जय महागुणालिनी तो अम्बे, जय गणेश जी की मांबे, जय गणेश जी की मांबे, जय जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे जय गणेश जी की मांबे, जय विष्णु की लक्ष्मी तो अम्बे, 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 जय गणेश जी की मांबे, जय गणेश जी की मांबे, जय जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे जय गणेश जी की मांबे, जय गृहलक्ष्मी तू जगदम्बे, जय गृहलक्ष्मी तू जगदम्बे, जय गृहलक्ष्मी तू जगदम्बे, जय गृहलक्ष्मी तू जगदम्बे, जय गणेश जी की मांबे, जय गणेश जी की मांबे, जय जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे लक्ष्मी तू जगदम्बे जय गणेश जी की मांगे जय गणेश जी की मांगे जय जगदम्बे जय गणेश जी की मांगे
जय ब्रह्मा की सरस्वती तू अम्बे
जय ब्रह्मा की सरस्वती तू अम्बे
जय ब्रह्मा की सरस्वती तू अम्बे
जय ब्रह्मा की सरस्वती तू अम्बे जय गणेश जी की मांगे जय गणेश जी की मांगे जय जगदम्बे जय गणेश जी की मांगे
जय निर्मल विद्या जगदम्बे
जय निर्मल विद्या जगदम्बे
जय निर्मल विद्या जगदम्बे
जय निर्मल विद्या जगदम्बे जय गणेश जी की मांगे जय गणेश जी की मांगे जय जगदम्बे जय गणेश जी की मांगे जय शिवाजी की पार्वती तू अम्बे 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 जय गणेश जी की मांगे जय गणेश जी की मांगे जय जगदम्बे जय गणेश जी की मांगे जय रमा की सीता तू अम्बे 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 जय गणेश जी की मांगे जय गणेश जी की मांगे जय जगदम्बे जय गणेश जी की मांगे जय कृष्ण की राधा तू अम्बे 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 जय गणेश जी की मांगे जय गणेश जी की मांगे जय जगदम्बे जय गणेश जी की मांगे जय विष्णु माया तू जगदम्बे 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 जय गणेश जी की मांगे जय गणेश जी की मांगे जय जगदम्बे जय गणेश जी की मांगे जय यशोदा माता जगदम्बे जय यशोदा माता जगदम्बे जय यशोदा माता जगदम्बे जय यशोदा माता जगदम्बे जय गणेश जी की मांगे जय गणेश जी की मांगे जय जगदम्बे जय गणेश जी की मांगे
जय यीशु की मारी तू अम्बे
जय यीशु की मारी तू अम्बे
जय यीशु की मारी तू अम्बे
जय यीशु की मारी तू अम्बे जय गणेश जी की मांगे जय गणेश जी की मांगे जय जगदम्बे जय गणेश जी की मांगे
जय महागणेश तू जगदम्बे
जय महागणेश तू जगदम्बे
जय महागणेश तू जगदम्बे
जय महागणेश तू जगदम्बे जय गणेश जी की मांगे जय गणेश जी की मांगे जय जगदम्बे जय गणेश जी की मांगे
जागो 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 कुंडलिनी मां करो सब पे कृपा जागो कुंडलिनी करो सब पे कृपा जागो कुंडलिनी